25 years ago, teenager Noreen Marisic found herself pregnant and at odds with angry parents.
They were trying to force me to have an abortion, and I wasn't going to do that.
Her boyfriend didn't want her to have the baby either. Noreen received no support until she came across the folks at Genesis Center in Pittsburgh. These women gave her a temporary place to live, education so she could support herself, and encouragement that she could be a good mother.
My mom said that I would end up to be nothing, that I'd end up on the welfare.
Even today, Noreen is overwhelmed with how the two older women seen here became the surrogate mothers she desperately needed.
With all the encouragement and love, those two ladies.
With financial support, centers like Genesis can help millions of women such as Noreen say no to abortion. It's not easy, though, when pro-choice politicians and abortion providers like Planned Parenthood join forces against that effort.
Some states are so aligned with the abortion industry, they're trying to shut down pro-life pregnancy centers. Not so here in Pennsylvania.
The state uses taxpayer dollars to help the pro-life alternatives. For 17 years now, the charity Real Alternatives has been directing $5 to $6 million a year to almost 100 pro-life centers across the state. These combined efforts have helped bring Pennsylvania's abortion rate down some 7%. This success has led 14 other states to ask for help in setting up similar programs.
What I say is I'm pro-baby.
One of Real Alternative's biggest backers, Governor Tom Corbett.
We've had 189,000 or over 189,000 women go through the program.
Corbett brings a personal connection to this fight because a pregnant woman chose adoption over abortion. His daughter and son-in-law adopted that woman's little boy.
When Liam comes to see us, he gets up on my knee, especially when it's nap time. I start rubbing his back. He goes to sleep against me. I thank God every day that that young woman who decided to keep the baby and not have the baby aborted did so, because I've got this precious little fella.
The Real Alternatives program also came to the rescue of Pennsylvania mom Jamie Fair. This unemployed mother became pregnant with her fourth child just as her husband left her. Her future looked bleak, and even doctors recommended she abort.
I did have a medical issue that they felt that it wouldn't be conducive to my life if I would go ahead with the pregnancy.
Short of money, Jamie came to Tri-City Life Center looking for a free crib, but ended up getting much more. Counselors there became the encouragers and family Jamie and her children needed.
I couldn't afford diapers, I couldn't afford food. They would get toys, they would get clothes, they would get things that they needed. But most importantly, they would get the support and the love that they needed.
Vera Morelli directs Tri-City Life.
When a mother decides to carry a child, we're there every day, not only through her pregnancy, but we're there for the first 5 years of that child.
They love these women as if they were their own daughter.
Real Alternatives President Kevin Bagata says most abortions happen because women feel forced into them due to a lack of support.
There were surveys done of women who had had an abortion, and they had said if one person had helped them during the crisis pregnancy, they wouldn't have had the abortion.
After they get help from a pro-life center, 87% of women say they won't abort even if they're pressured to by boyfriends, parents, or others. That's because now the woman feels she has someone on her side.
And therefore, she's free to make the decision she wants to make and can live with the rest of her life.
24-year-old Jessica Sheldon is part of a generation where every third person has been killed by abortion.
It is kind of scary just to think of like all the people that could have been here but are not.
Jessica shares advice for pregnant young women wavering about giving their child life.
It's probably going to be really scary and you're probably going to be in shock for a while, but I mean, if you pull through with it, it's like the best thing ever.
Jessica doesn't say this because she was ever pregnant. It's because her mother is Noreen, who 25 years ago sought help from a pro-life center, then fought her family and boyfriend to keep her baby.
Some states say they're pro-choice because they back the abortion industry. It's different here in Pennsylvania. They say they're pro-choice because they're offering women real alternatives. Paul Strand, CBN News, reporting from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.